Hi guys, so welcome back to this tutorial on Python functions and making positional arguments. In the last video, or in the previous video, we ended with a question: does order matter? So now we want to know if order actually matters. Now to find that out, we are going to go and then we're going to have our function, which is our describe job bio. Now, remember that this is what we have. We have job roles first and dev name following up. So imagine I decide that the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name first and then go on to put my role. So this is a data science instructor, right? And then we run this. So my data role is Pablo. My name is data science instructor. So you see that, yes, order matters. Yes, order matters here. Right. So how do we deal with this? So the question is, how do we deal with positional arguments, right? Positional orders when it goes. So how do we deal with order? Yes, over here, order in positional arguments. So that's where we're going to introduce something. Now we're going to introduce this. So let me just add some cells. Beautiful. So we're going to introduce this. It's called keyword arguments. So we're going to we're just going to have this. I'm just going to make this markdown over here. So we have a keyword argument. Now, what we're going to do, as usual, our documentation is over here. And this is where our code is going to be. Right. So now what we're going to be looking at is, what is a keyword argument? So before we do that, I'll come over here. So just let me copy this code, this beautiful code over here, which is our function, and I'll bring it over here so that we can have it in perspective. Right. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to know what's a keyword argument. So a keyword argument is a value pair, is a name value pair that you pass to a function, right? So keyword argument. So it's a name value pair. Yeah, it's a name value pair that is passed to a function. So that's the first one, right? So now we have this already, right? And so we're going to call this. Now the next thing we want to know, so first off, before we go there, I want to call, so this is describe, this is our function, right? So now before I do that, I'm also going to explain why. So what we do is we're going to associate the name and value within the argument. We have to associate them with stuff. So here we associate the name and value with the arguments. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to associate them with the argument. So, and in essence, so we come over here and recall where I had the problem here. So you can see Pablo over here. I'm going to do the same, but this time around, I'm just going to say dev name, and you see there is, you see this, an assignment operator, and I'm just going to say Pablo, right? And then next thing, I'm also going to now look at job role here. I'll put job role. So, yep, job underscore role. And I am basically going to also give the job role is as the data science instructor, right? So with this, again, just like the former time, you see here, I didn't care. I just did this, and now I have this. So if I run this, you now see my data role is data science instructor. My name is Pablo. Now you notice that it wasn't put in the same position, but the keyword argument came to the rescue. So here, what keyword argument does is keyword argument helps in order positioning. So that's what it does. It helps in order positioning. That's how I put it. So it helps in that. So you see that it now makes it pretty better. So in our documentation, a keyword argument, a name value pair, and which is passed to a function, right? Let me make this and put this right. Passed to a function, right? So here we associate the name and the value with the argument. So that's what we did here. Look at that. There's an assignment operator over here. And so what keyword argument helps to do, it helps in order positioning. So regardless of how I juxtapose the parameters, you can see it all comes out looking good. So I need you to follow this. So we're taking function one step at a time and try to understand it before we get to the very technical side of it. So again, watch the previous video, watch this. It's a follow-up, right? So remember to subscribe to this channel for data science with Python. Share with friends and family too.